I think it's time that we all had a conversation about the tanks in Battlefield. What's going on, guys? Great Disciple back with another video in the series of Battlefield Basics. I have a lot to talk about here, but before I begin, I want to give a big thank you to a fellow YouTuber by the name of Revelationary. I played with him a few times in Battlefield, and he told me about this game that he had, and he hadn't uploaded it yet. I asked him if I could use it for a video because I had a very specific reason behind it, and he clipped it and he sent it to me. So this is him in the background playing in the mini tank, and we're going to talk about that mini tank here in a second. I will say this, after watching him play in this tank, I started to use the tanks more in Battlefield, and I am doing so much better. My longest streak with the tank now is 15 kills. That's not bad. If you play Battlefield at any length in time, when you get into tanks, it's really lobby dependent on whether or not the enemy team is going to coordinate an attack against you. If they don't, if they keep coming at you solo, they will never take you out. If they don't have a guy on the enemy team who knows how to use a tank against you, you'll stay alive. Or if they don't have a guy who knows how to fly a plane and drop bombs on you, I mean, you can literally start the map, jump in a tank, and stay in that tank the entire game and never die. And this happens a lot more often than you think. If you do searches on YouTube for it, you will see guys get into tanks and get 60 to 70 kills in an entire match of Conquest and not die once. I watched Wings of Redemption's video where he went 51-0. He started the game, got into a heavy tank, and it was over from there. Now, before I talk about the mini tank, let me stay on this subject of fairness, or how about hypocrisy. For years, people complained about Modern Warfare 3 support streaks, and everybody hates it in Call of Duty. And I know, two different genres of games, I gotcha. But at least in Modern Warfare 3 with the support streaks, you had to do something in order to get your streaks. I mean, you had to cap objectives, kill a guy. Even if it didn't matter how many times you died, you at least had to do something in order to get that stealth bomber. Remember the no skill multi-kill? Well, in Battlefield, you could call these tanks nothing required multi-kills. I mean, you can start the map, jump in a tank with little to no effort and start murdering the enemy team. It's unfair. It's so unfair, and I've done it before. I've started a map, jumped in a tank, and killed like 10 guys immediately, and they just stand no chance against you. But I guess in Battlefield, that's not an issue. People say that that's fair and that's balanced. But again, when it comes to these tanks, the amount of time that you're going to stay alive is so dependent on the enemy team coordinating an attack against you, okay? So let's talk about it. I prefer the mini tank because I like the mobility of it, and I love the fact that the turret can turn 360 degrees so you can protect all your flanks. Even though the turn speed on it's pretty slow, it's still very helpful, okay? It's much more maneuverable than the larger tanks. Now, big tip when you're in a tank or any vehicle for that matter, always click the right analog stick so you can go into the third person view. And I know a lot of you guys who play Battlefield, you already know this, but for noobs like me, hit that right analog stick and go into third person because it helps a ton. The key to being successful with the tank is passivity. You don't want to just move in on an objective and sit on it and cap it. You want to play off the objective. Almost like a sniper shooting missiles at people, okay? Because as soon as you go into like a little village or you go into cap a flag and the enemies there, they have the advantage on you because they can dodge in and out of buildings and get cover while they pick you off, knocking down your health slowly but surely. So again, play off the objective. Don't try to cap flags with the tank. I see this all the time, and as soon as these tanks start getting so aggressive, they get destroyed so fast. This isn't Call of Duty Juggernaut where you only get X amount of health and then you die, so people go Rambo mode. This is a vehicle where you can constantly heal yourself. Now let me explain the healing mechanism here, or the repairing mechanism. In order to repair yourself, you become vulnerable. You have to back away and hit the LB button and hold it. And as long as you hold it, you'll see this dial come up on your screen. You'll see Revelationary do it like 3 or 4 times, and it will repair yourself. I think you get 20 to 25 health points every time you do it. Now, if you stop to shoot an enemy and kill them, you have to start your repair process all over again. Also, if you get hit by the enemy while you're repairing yourself, it stops the repair process. So this is where passivity comes into play. Just remember, when you do get a tank, there is no time limit to the tank. You get the tank until you die. It's not like a Call of Duty streak, you know, those really overpowered streaks, like let's say the Reaper from Modern Warfare 3, where you only get it for 1 minute, or the AC-130, I think you got it for like 45 seconds. No, you can start the match with a tank, and you can stay in that tank for 30 minutes in a conquest game. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Another thing is, when you're in a tank, always shoot the ground by the enemy. Never try to shoot the enemy directly. The area of effect on these shells will kill so many more enemies if you just shoot the ground, okay? So just keep that one in mind. I have noticed in a lot of Battlefield games that the vehicles, or the ability of the teams to use the vehicles, like the tanks and the planes and the horse and the, you know, the motorcycles, the ability of these guys to use vehicles is usually what ultimately determines the outcome of a Battlefield game, in Conquest at least. The team who has the more skilled pilots and tank commanders are the ones that are going to win, because they understand the meta of the game, passivity, how to cap objectives while in vehicles, how to support their team. And again, I mean, it's such a huge deal. If the enemy team does not coordinate an attack against you, like 2 or 3 assault guys or some support guys coming up trying to place mines on you, or laying out tank mines, or shooting you with the rocket gun, or, you know, even scouts using the K-bar bullets, knocking down your damage, if they don't coordinate against you, they're just going to get annihilated over and over. I don't know how many kills Revelationary gets while he's in this tank. I think it's somewhere between 27 to 30 kills. I didn't show them all because he was in this tank for like 18 minutes. It's such a defining characteristic in this game. But I don't know if I agree with it. You know, in Call of Duty, in order to get one of these overpowered streaks, which I consider the tank overpowered, you have to do something in order to earn it. You know, kill 10 to 15 guys without dying, which is very difficult to do in Battlefield. To kill 10 to 15 guys with your gun only, without running out of bullets or dying. I mean, you think about that a little bit. I kind of believe, or I feel that Battlefield needs to change this. Because to me, it's a little unfair to give a guy a tank without doing anything for it. I mean, how about you start off a Conquest game and nobody gets a tank, and nobody gets an airplane. Maybe they can have motorcycles or cars to get to the objectives a little bit faster, but you have to actually earn the tank. Say you got to kill 5 people in a row without dying, or 7 people in a row without dying, and then you get to earn that tank. It makes it a little bit more balanced, you guys. The idea of being able to jump into one of these behemoths, in my opinion, and just strolling through the map while the other team is just a bunch of solo guys capping flags, and you roll up with the tank and you kill all 6 of them. I don't agree with it. I really don't. And then the other part is there's no time limit on the tank. I think there should be a time limit, because like I said, you can start the match, jump in a tank, and be in the tank for 30 minutes if the enemy team is unsuccessful in taking you out. And you may say to yourself, well, that's the fault of the enemy team. Really? Because in Modern Warfare 3, and I know I keep coming back to this just because of the whole support tree thing, but in Modern Warfare 3, when I was in my Reaper, there was no way you could take me out. I mean, I was bending bullets inside doorways and inside windows. You just couldn't take me out. Same thing with an AC-130. Could you imagine an AC-130 coming in and you being pounded by them in Modern Warfare 2 for 15 minutes, or for 10 minutes, or for 5 minutes? Could you imagine what that would be like? That's how it feels sometimes when you go into these lobbies and they have 2 heavy tanks rolling around and your teammates will not coordinate the attack with you against them. I don't know. That's my opinion. Anyways, I hope the video helps you guys. The tanks are definitely fun. Remember, passivity, play off the objective, shoot at the ground, and I prefer the mini tank. Alright? If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. As always, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because I try to be here every single day.